Good morning, team. Welcome to today's training program. Today we are going to be looking at our emergency response procedures. We are going to assume that our aircraft has been involved in an accident caused by the earthquake which occurred within our operations, and we are going to use Kisumu as the place where the accident happened. I am Sylvia Wairimu, an aviation safety officer. My number one rule is to respond, to manage, and to contain. I have always had an analytical mind, and ever since I was young, science was always my strong suit, and mathematics. So I always knew I was going to go into a field that had sciences and mathematics. I have a bachelor's degree in aeronautical engineering from the Technical University of Kenya, and currently I'm pursuing information systems at a different university. Taking engineering in the university was quite a unique experience because our block barely had any women present. In class, we were 10 girls out of a class of 50, and even the amenities available mostly catered for the men, who were the predominant gender in the blocks. We also had very few female lecturers, so we were noticed from afar. Therefore, we found ourselves often having to explain why you're doing engineering, why do you have to struggle. From a very young age, I had a mind that always wanted to fix different things, and from then on, I decided that whatever I pursue was going to have something to do with engineering and fixing things. I wasn't exactly sure which engineering, but I always knew that I wanted to be an engineer from a very young age. My first job was very interesting. I got to wear overalls every day. I was an aviation maintenance technician. It was pretty interesting because we also didn't have many females. Therefore, I found myself having to use more energy to do the same things that men would do so easily. When men are lifting things, you also have to lift things. But the job is still the same. So at the end of the day, you still had to perform the same way, no matter the limitations you have being female. I joined Jambojet in 2022 June as an aviation safety officer. I am wondering which part to say. I do everything in safety. Okay. I deal with the flight safety program, the emergency response program, and the ground and cabin safety program. So Jambojet Safety has a comprehensive database that gets all this information from each and every department, which contains things to do with flight data monitoring, incidents that have happened, and every other safety related issue. And all this data is put together to come up with how every department is performing in terms of safety, and that we are adhering to our safety policy. In relation to what I do, I love to read everything that can be read. My top 3 reads. I love The Brethren, A Message from Nam, and a book called Psychology of Money. Message from Nam is a book I have read every time I do exams. It's a pretty interesting book about Vietnam. So why I read is because it brings me out of a stressful situation and makes me feel like I am in my own galaxy. I actually get inside the scene of the war if I'm reading about war. Put myself in a love story if I am reading about love. So it just helps me to be in my own world, forget about everything else, and just be wild in my imagination.